Hi everybody. Cards of the month, the Color Wisdom cards of the month are Emerald Stone and Grass. And what's interesting about this combination, of course we did pick it because it's also, we're doing this in March, and so March of course is Luck of the Irish, right? But when we look at green in general and the green cards, we're really looking at the concept of balance in our lives. And so when we see green cards coming up, remember it's the middle chakra. So it's kind of like, if you can imagine a seesaw, you're right in the middle. And so either card can take you in an energy of up and down. So what's important about that is the Emerald Stone is about perception and Grass is about growth. And the idea, I think, when we put both of these cards together is that this month we're really looking at how are you growing your perception. And as some of you already know, I'm doing so much work with theme, and that's so much of what's going on in my life, that I think it's really important to kind of look at how this ties into the theme for you this month. What about when you pull a green card? What does it tell you? And what I want to tell you about the message here is that Emerald Stone is really about how this gal sees her life as being, in the fable, she sees her life really as being very, she's got everything she needs, and yet she goes to this garden and it's really unattractive. It's got weeds everywhere, and she's like, she's a princess, right? So she's in this garden and she's not happy, and the Emerald Stone says to her, why don't you go in through the door of perception and see what happens? And she goes through this tunnel, and in that dark place, when she comes through it, she walks out the other side, and the garden is suddenly beautiful. And yet it probably was always like that. It was her perception that made her see it differently. So what are you seeing in your life that perhaps a little bit of a perception change could help you see as being more about growth and abundance in your life? And that's a really important concept too. You know, what are we holding on to? And when we look at green in terms of matters of the heart, what do we need to let go of to see a new way of being? And Grass, actually, in the deck, there are actually two gay cards. There's Grass, and there is, that use gay characters. There's Grass and Ivory Tower. And Grass is really interesting because through his experience of life, he is teaching everyone else how to grow. And of course, grass, growth, right? But the idea, too, is that everyone who touches his existence, his experience grows around him. So also look at how you don't need to necessarily teach anyone anything. If you're really living an authentic life, people around you will either go or grow. And so those are the messages of the two cards. And when I see them in readings, it's about you really need to grow your perception so that it suits who you really are. And the question to ask yourself this month is, who do I need to grow into being, and how do I need to see things so I can transform my experience? I'll see you next time.